Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Meenaal Fatma, and in this video we're going to be talking about natural fillers, which is the cheat code for speaking. And before I start, let me just quickly see if I can see your comments. So this is part of the live chat, and this is an extremely discussive round. So I want you guys to introduce yourself quickly and participate actively in this particular session. So I can see Jaspreet is here. Hi Jaspreet. How are you? And all those who are joining in, guys, keep introducing yourself. And in case you guys are watching us for the first time, remember to subscribe to the channel and also remember to press the bell icon so that you get posted about all the upcoming videos, not just from me, but from all the other educators on our platform too. I think it's connected. Guys, just let me know about the video and the audio quality. And all those who are joining in, keep introducing yourself as you join in. Jaspreet, I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm doing good. Quite a hectic day, but it's going good. Now, in case if you guys have any follow-up questions, you can definitely put it in the comment section and let me know. So once I stop from explaining what's on the screen, I'll get back to your comments for sure. Okay, and if there's anything that you still are confused about, you can also let me know. Just give me a second. Yep, there we go. In case you guys are not yet part of my different social media groups, make sure you do connect with me on at least one of them. So I'm available on Telegram, that's my Telegram channel name. I'm also available on Instagram as well as on Facebook too. Now, if you get connected, you're going to be posted about all the upcoming videos, classes, both on YouTube as well as on Unacademy, where we have special classes which are for free platform and also the plus classes which are for paid courses. So I'm going to be telling you about them as well as we move forward, but make sure you do get connected on either of them. Okay, now yes, Jaspreet has a question. Can I ask question related to speaking? Definitely, Jaspreet, because today's class is in context to speaking. I have put up a very important topic for being fluent in speaking. So in case you have any question related to speaking, you can definitely let me know. Okay, so while I'll wait for your question to come up, I want to tell you about a channel. In case you encounter my videos which are in series or parts, so if you see a part 3 or a part 4 and you want to get back to the previous parts, this is where you have to go. So this is our channel which you're currently watching us on, which is Unacademy IELTS, where you can see different top educators across the globe are teaching you live, both on YouTube as well as on Unacademy. Yeah, Unacademy is one of the largest learning platforms that we have in our country currently and is growing internationally as well. Okay, now to go to my videos, you have to go to the playlist. I have 2 playlists here, which is Learn IELTS with Meenaal Fatma and the one is Classroom Talks with Meenaal Fatma. The first one will cover all the academic topics in context to your exam, and the second one is Classroom Talks with Meenaal Fatma. And for this I had to take special permission because you would not see any other educator talking about something non-academic. But since, unlike others, I have been through the entire process before I've come in front of you. So I've prepared myself, then I went abroad, I studied, and now I'm teaching you guys. Yeah. So there are obviously a lot of questions that keep popping up when we are preparing, right? Not just in terms of exam, but the preparation that comes along when we move abroad, right? So questions in terms of employment, in terms of immigration, housing, transport. I've tried to cover most of the topics one by one in the Classroom Talks. So make sure you do give a look. In case there's another topic or if there's any question that you want to put up and you want me to talk about it, you can drop down a message and let me know. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's start with today's topic, which is on natural fillers. Now, natural fillers is one of my cheat code, honestly. So in this class, I'll be talking about my experiences too. Like, a lot of students keep asking me about how I speak, how fluent I am, and how do I do it. So I'm gonna be telling you my cheat code. Okay? And in case you guys have your own cheat code, you can let me know in the comment section. Let's disclose all the cheat codes today. So natural fillers, first of all, is something that you can use for your IELTS speaking test, but there has to be a certain way you use, which we'll discuss in today's video. You can use them as a cheat code because ultimately, if you speak fluent, you can actually fool up the person sitting in front of you by being fluent. And I'm sure you have experienced this, not just for I'm not just talking for the exam point of view, but for your general day-to-day life as well. Natural fillers helps you to not take those unnecessary pauses, sound yet native and comfortable, and be fluent as well. Yeah, so natural fillers is one of the big advantage is you can use them as one big advantage for speaking fluent. Okay, all those who are joining in, guys, keep introducing yourselves. So it's nice to know each other when we are in a class. So I'm not talking to a screen, but to people who I know. So while I wait for you to introduce yourself, I quickly introduce myself as well for all those who are watching me for the first time. Hi guys, I'm Meenaal. Professionally, I'm an architect and urban designer. I've done bachelor's from Birla Institute of Technology, and from there I moved to London, where I did MArch from A School of Architecture. I have lived, worked and studied in London for the past 2 years. I've also worked in some cities in India as well as in Dubai before I moved to London. Currently, I'm based in Pune. I've given the exams myself and I've been through the entire process that you're planning to go through myself before I've come in front of you. And I've been taking classes for IELTS for more than 3 years, both in India as well as in UK. Yeah, so that was a quick introduction about myself. In case you guys want to know anything more, you can definitely let me know in the comment section. Without wasting any more time, let me quickly start with the topic, right? So we'll be discussing the different categories of fillers, right? And I'll be giving you examples to use them, and I'll be telling you their importance as we move forward too. In case there are more examples that's in your head, you can let me know so we can add it on for others who will watch us later. Okay? So let's start with the first one, which is unnatural filler or connector. Now, if you're going to go to different websites, you're going to find many of them, right? You're going to find many of them, but you have to be a little conscious of how you use them. There are some which you can use for your writing, right? And there are some which sounds a little more easy and smooth when you speak, right? So there's some connectors such as henceforth, therefore. They sound way too formal for your everyday conversation. And IELTS speaking, the whole objective is to see if you're able to converse with the other person living in their country, right? So the examiner is trying to see if you'll be able to throw up a conversation with the people in their country or not. So you have to keep in mind that your conversations do not sound like a speech, right? With a plain, blunt tone, right? And it does not sound extremely formal because in a general day-to-day language, we would not use it. So you don't want to sound subtly over formal with what you speak. You can use them if it comes down smooth, but people who have a very straight, blunt tone, it sounds really rehearsed and boring, banal. Yeah, so avoid using these connectors. You can use them for writing, but it's not recommended for speaking so much. Okay? And also because recently what I do is I generally share the questions in my class and I request students to record their answers and share it with me. I have been very disappointed with what people have been sending me. Couple of them have been doing really good, and I've given them personal feedbacks as well. So Couple of them were disappointing. Why? Because it just sounded like a speech to me. There were no expressions, no tone modulation, no voice modulation, no breakage of sentences. Exactly what we were discussing in the video which we took at 3 p.m. today about punctuations. There are no breakage of sentences, there are no connectors. So it just sounds like a plain blunt speech, and it yet again shows lack of confidence. So you have to be extra careful. Just breathe. I'll give you many examples, don't worry. I did mention what natural fillers are. I explained what natural fillers are. Now I'm going to different parts, and I'm parallelly giving examples as well. Okay? If we go to the natural fillers, which we can use for speaking, uske type 1 pe let's look at some examples. If we go to type 1, they would include different sounds of hesitation. I'll give you examples of all of them, so don't worry. Just keep focusing on what I'm trying to say first, okay? Sounds of hesitation, expression of surprise at a question, comments that are later followed by an answer, right? Sounds of hesitation क्या हो गया अगर मैं हिंदी में बात करूँ? हिंदी comfortable everybody? Sounds of hesitation में क्या हुआ कि अगर आप कोई चीज़, it's just not hesitation also, it includes a broader subject, right? I'll show you examples. So sounds of hesitation. So when you are hesitant, you make different sorts of sounds, right? Or when you are shocked or surprised seeing something, right? Or maybe you're putting a comments later. You have different modes of using these fillers, right? I'll show you example and it's going to get a lot more clearer. So first of all, using them makes your conversation sound native, and they give you a fraction of seconds break to quickly formulate your idea. Now, for example, if somebody asks me a question, I need a fraction of second ka break in my head to quickly formulate my ideas and then present it, right? Like for example, Jaspreet asked me, can you give me one example, right? So I would just say I would use my natural fillers to give myself a little break, right? To prepare myself. So I'm not giving a complete blank pause, but yes, I'm using natural fillers to fill those gaps, and parallelly I'm to either right at the beginning of a question or maybe at the later part of when you're answering, when you suddenly go blank over the content that you were talking and you need that pause to rethink, right? So you can use it later as well. But over usage of natural fillers will also make you lose marks. So do not be over repetitive about them. You have to be careful on their usage. If you talk about hesitation examples, let's see. Sounds like well, or that's a tough question, or that's an interesting question. That's a really good question that you just asked me. That's a good, difficult question, but let me just quickly think about it. Next one is, whoa, I really don't know about it, but if I would like to say, then XYZ, yeah? Offhand, I'd say, let's see, good question. Well, I suppose, these are words which technically do not have any importance when you are speaking or you're putting up your answer, but they give you that instant break to think what you're going to answer. Because especially for your part 1 and part 3, it's a two back and forth question answer round, right? It's an impromptu question answer round. So you would need that fraction of seconds to think. And I use this always. And trust me, it's going to be very useful. So you do not need that quiet pause at the beginning, but you can use these guys to just make yourself a little comfortable with the question. Now you understand, Jaspreet? Good. And these are all okay to use. It's just that being over repetitive about it will make you lose mark. But ऐसे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ठीक है? Second type होता है, if you go to the second type, I term it as snippet. Either they are marker for examples or they show part of sequence हो या लिखते हो आपका content structure हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है, but because of their usage it sounds structured. जहाँ पे आपको 25% weightage छुपा होता है, you get coherence and cohesion पे 25% marks छुपा होता है. So this is one very convenient way to put across your points in a structured and ordered manner. Okay, so for example, the candidate response, the first thing that comes to my mind is XYZ. Later he adds to this by saying, another thing that I would like to talk about is this. Yeah? So what I'm doing is, I'm mentioning the order or sequence. The first thing, the second thing, another thing. So I'm organizing my content. So even अगर content के terms में organize नहीं हुआ है, but since I'm using these terminologies, I'm giving them a sequence. So this is again another way of bluffing with your conversation. That even if it's not structured, it will make your conversation sound structured, even when you're speaking or when you're writing. Right? There are more examples that you could use. For example, first, I would like to talk about this. Second, let's look at the environmental problems. Yeah. First of all, let me draw your attention towards the environmental problems that we are having currently. For one, how about XYZ? For a start, let me mention about XYZ. So what about blah 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 blah? Yeah. So these are all ways where you can use them and make your conversation sound structured without structuring them. So it's just like a bluff game. You guys know what are bluff games? You guys know about bluff games? So then वो poker में भी करते हैं. Even if we are not very sure, we try and put a different sort of an expression. जो मैं अभी speaking module में भी हमेशा ये कहती रहती हूँ कि everybody gets nervous. सबको डर लगता है, चाहे वो कोई भी हो. Even if you are a professional speaking, everybody gets nervous when they go in front of the speaking test, and it's absolutely okay. Right? It's okay. It's just that you have to try and look confident. Even if you're not, you have to keep in mind that test तो 15-16 minute का लगेगा. So you have to fake that confidence as much as you can. Okay? So even if you're not confident, that confidence should show in your speech, on your face, maybe with your hand gestures, right? With your voice modulation, with your tone, with your pitch. So there are many different ways to also fake confidence, even if you're not confident, right? So just like that, what you speak also has different ways to show confidence. Now, it's totally understandable that कभी-कभी अगर कोई question पूछा जाता है, तो necessarily आपको time नहीं मिलता अपने ideas को structure करने का. And it is possible, and trust me, that happens with everyone. So you have to have a backup plan ready for yourself. You need to think, अगर मेरे को structure करने का time नहीं मिलेगा, तो what am I gonna do? And this is exactly what I was discussing right here, right? So if you're gonna do this, it's gonna automatically sound that you have structured your content, and that is why you're able to introduce it in terms of sequence. Ki first ye, second ye, another point ye, right? So these are all ways where you use, it's another, yet again, as I was telling you at the beginning, it's like a cheat code, and I do this very often, and try doing it. Okay, just try doing it. I'm sure it's gonna work. All those who are joining in, guys, it's going to be great if you could have introduced yourself. Is this point clear? And let me know how it works for you. Let's go to the third one. Now, third one is very important, and also because I'm sure you guys want to prepare yourself also when you're planning to move abroad. Now, I'll tell you from my personal experience. In the Western world, people like to talk a lot, and they are mostly a larger section of the crowd are extrovert, and especially if you're planning to work as well, you would need to develop that talking habit in yourself. Okay, and this is one example that you would see them use way too much. They never leave their statements with a full stop. So even if they talk about a paragraph, they will leave it with the particular natural filler that I'm mentioning right now, for many reasons, right? They might use it to stress on a particular segment, or they can also use it to leave a scope of conversation. वो जानबूझ के वैसे questions लास्ट में छोड़ते हैं to leave a scope of you to participate, ताकि आप आगे बढ़ के भी उनको कुछ तो मतलब आप कुछ जवाब देने पे मजबूर हो ही जाओगे. And that's the way to do it. Now, they obviously, I was in UK, so I can specifically tell you a lot about UK. After every question, even if they don't require it, if you go to a British person and you're going to see them talk, they would use don't they after literally every sentence. Even if they don't require it there, it's just that they're so used to of talking, they would say don't they after every single sentence that they speak. Similarly, there are different sets for American, Canadian, Australian. So that is something they often do. So you have to be prepared for it as well, not just from your exam point of view, but for different scenarios as well. Okay? Now, so common conversational checks are sometimes incomplete sentences and then you say right. I've also talked about them in detail in my previous video. It's called on punctuations. So I was talking about tag questions. एक बार go up there and give a look. You can see the punctuation video on my playlist Learn IELTS with Meenaal Fatma. So make sure you do go up there and give a look. These are called tag questions as well. उनको कभी कभी tag question के form में भी use कर सकते हो आप, कभी कभी natural filler के form में भी use कर सकते हो, and they give you that room. And these questions are not necessarily questions that require an answer, but it just becomes a part and parcel of their statements. Okay? So that was it for natural fillers. In case you guys have any more questions, you can put up in the comment section and ask me. While I wait for you to comment, I'll quickly tell others who are new on Unacademy about our courses. Now, there are many different courses on Plus which you can see on my profile. So if you're not yet following me on my Unacademy profile, make sure you do. Type my name on the search button and then you can see my profile. Follow me there so that you get updated with all the upcoming videos and classes. And also once you follow, Unacademy is going to send you messages to update you with all the upcoming courses. Okay? Secondly, all these courses are present on my profile as well. So if you go to the courses button, if you go to the Plus courses, you're going to see all of them. And also currently in the span of 3 months, we are covering literally all the courses. चाहे वो part writing task 1, task 2, reading, listening, speaking, grammar, vocabulary, सब covered है. So just obviously I could not fill my entire page here. Make sure you go to my profile and give a look to all the upcoming courses and the current ones as well, right? So once you click them, you're going to see the entire schedule of the course. कौन कौन से टॉपिक कवर हो रहे हैं सब दिखाएगा आपको. एंड along with it I've made a demo video also which will explain you how we'll be covering this course, right? And just below the demo video you'll have a subscription button जिसको आपको क्लिक करके सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना पड़ेगा. सब्सक्रिप्शन कैसे लोगे मैं उसके बारे में बताती हूँ. पहले आई जस्ट वांट टेल यू कपल ऑफ पॉइंट्स विच आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्लस कोर्सेज. प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन लेने के बाद यू गेट एक्सेस टू ऑल माई वीडियोज़, नॉट जस्ट माई वीडियोज़ बट फॉर जो भी जितने भी हमारे इंटरनेशनल एजुकेटर्स भी हैं हमारे पास. सो सबके कोर्सेज को आप अटेंड कर सकते हो एनी टाइम एनी वेयर, राइट? एंड यू गेट एक्सेस टू ऑल द ओल्ड कोर्सेज ऑल्सो. तो मैंने जो पिछले मंथ्स में भी लिए हैं कोर्सेज, यू गेट एक्सेस टू ऑल ऑफ देम एट वन गो. ऑब्वियसली यू कैन अटेंड देम लाइव. In case you miss any class, you have a chance to watch them offline too. आप जब बाद में फ्री अगर आप मिस हो गया बिकॉज यू आर बिजी, यू कैन गो बैक, यू कैन वॉच देम ऑफलाइन. और कुछ डाउट्स है आप इमीडिएटली मेरे को टेलीग्राम पे मैसेज करके मेरे से पूछ सकते हो. और यू कैन वेट फॉर द डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन विच वी हैव आफ्टर एवरी 3 क्लास एज वेल, जहाँ पे मैं राइटिंग डिस्कस करती हूँ which I will give you questions, you're going to write and I discuss word by word, sentence by sentence. Speaking का I share questions and I request students to record their answers and share it with me and I give them personal feedbacks. Reading as well, if you have any questions from anywhere you can get them back to me and we can discuss it in the doubt clearing session as well. Okay? So subscription की अगर बात करें तो if you press the green button subscription you have to buy. You have multiple options which are right over here. I recommend 3 months to target a good band score, but if your English is relatively weak you'll have to go for a little longer time, 6 months to 12 months. For revision you can come for 1 month and we'll be strategically preparing the entire process. And also I have a crash course for 1 month and I can push you forward to that. But you have to make sure that you use my referral code. A referral code डालने का option आएगा. You have to remember that you use my referral code. Fatma Meenaal also आप use कर सकते हो. आप Meenaal Live भी use कर सकते हो. I have both the referral codes. It will give you 10% discount and also I'll be getting a message. So I'll be taking you further personally from the start to the end. Okay? And please do not go for the exam without proper preparation because there's so many people who write the exams many times and they come after 3-4 times of giving the exam. Guys, the exam is expensive. If you think putting this much amount is expensive, then trust me, when you're gonna be getting frustrated after writing 3-4 times if you do not prepare properly, right? So make sure कि आप थोड़ा सा time money spend करो. You're spending on yourself. It's worthy to spend on yourself and I can guarantee you that, right? And when you come out with flying colors, that's all matters, isn't it? So if you have any more questions you can connect with me on Telegram, Instagram or Facebook. And कुछ भी अगर आपको बात करनी है, if you have any further questions and in case you are having any financial constraints you can let me know and we can see how we can work out the subscription fees. Okay? Any more questions let me know, otherwise I'll end the video. And if you did like the video, make sure you do like and do share it with your friends. Please guys, let others know about me and Unacademy as well, right? And in case you have any more suggestion for any video that you want me to make on, you can definitely let me know, right? So I hope to see you in my plus classes as well. And I'll end the video now. You guys have a great evening. Take care. Bye bye.